I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. And that's how I feel about myself.
You see me around a lot. Don't act like you ain't seen me around them days. He said
Bud, come on. Terence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen.
Straight, boom, straight shot. Like right here, boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam, that's when they're trying to run out. When they're trying to run, bop, there you go.
Even if I don't feel the same way that he's feeling at the moment, it don't matter. I still want to hear him out and try to understand what he's saying.
If he's here, bop. What do you think he can do? Because you out the way of the right hand.
He like a sponge. He soak up everything that he needs to soak up, put it into his arsenal, and then he make the best out of everything that he learned from everybody.
Then throw it straight left to the bottom.
At the end of the day, you don't want to feel like a know-it-all. The people that know it all are the people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
Shakur Stevenson isn't approaching this camp as just another belt defense. He's honing his weapons among elite peers, and that alone shows how seriously he's approaching Teofimo Lopez.
Work of art. The sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division, and be the last man standing given the opportunity.
Shakur has been grinding side by side with Terence Crawford, training at D1 Training in Colorado Springs, the same elite facility where Crawford prepared for his Canelo fight. That by itself shifts the energy of this matchup. This isn't only pads and conditioning. This is top-tier problem solving where rhythm, spacing, and mental control are pushed every single round.
That I sent somebody to steal his passport, replicate his job, all types of weird stuff. He called me earlier, it's like, yo, when you spar, I'm gonna come to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was gonna pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he says, so a hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep getting better and better.
Working with Crawford means Shakur is facing real pressure, real IQ, and real adjustments, not staged situations. They're drilling control in chaos, subtle setups, and how to punish overreaching without wasting fuel. It also says plenty about Shakur's mentality because you don't bring in Crawford unless you're ready to be tested, corrected, and forced beyond comfort.
My hand. I was hurting it all throughout the camp.
I was feeling good.
I felt it just now. But I was trying to ignore the pain and keep it going, but it just got worse to the point where I couldn't really take it no more. I kind of felt it after my last fight. I'm like, man, just ignore it because you're going to have to keep ignoring it every time you fight. You don't realize it until it gets to the point where you just can't take it no more. That video, even that video that got out of me hitting somebody with a body shot, I fell. I've been hitting it constantly over and over and over. I felt the pain badly that last time to where it's like I couldn't.
Training in that setting surrounded by championship expectations and zero nonsense is about more than technique. It's about sharpening composure. Against a fighter like Teofimo Lopez, who feeds off chaos and explosive bursts, Shakur clearly wants his instincts calibrated to calm accuracy under pressure. This camp feels deliberate, focused, and quietly threatening, the type of preparation that stays silent but usually speaks loudly on fight night. And just when you think Shakur working with Terence Crawford in Colorado is final boss energy, here comes Keyshawn Davis stepping in with the calmest, most mature breakdown of everything. I'm listening and thinking, yeah, this is what it sounds like when someone's truly been in the trenches with both men. There's no chasing attention. He's not shouting, not choosing sides like a Twitter vote. He's basically saying, relax. This fight will breathe before it bites.
It may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, you know, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that to be his brother.
I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be closer than people think.
And that matters because when Keyshawn says it starts slow and then Teofimo turns it up, that isn't theory. That's experience speaking. I also respect how honest he keeps it. No fake disrespect. No pretending one fighter can't fight. He flat out says Teofimo can fight, and if you deny that, you're lying to yourself. At the same time, he doesn't avoid it either. He still leans Shakur on points, just tighter than people expect. And that's the key word here, tighter. Not a walkthrough, not a shutout, not a viral meltdown, but a real fight where momentum shifts and both men have to answer uncomfortable questions.
Pretty good.
Hey, one thing I can say though, because you know, I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Teo can fight.
I'm telling you that. Teo can fight.
Winning back
If you said he couldn't, you'd be lying. Right. That's a real assessment, though. I think Shakur still wins, but it's been closer than people think. Teo is nice. A lot, man, no doubt.
Yeah, and Keyshawn, speaking of Teo, you know, you've been vocal about your desire to fight Teofimo Lopez. And of course, I was there in Las Vegas, right, when you FaceTime Teo. Now Teo's fighting Shakur Stevenson. But do we see Keyshawn and Teo at some point?
How was Teo acting when I FaceTimed him? Since you brought it up, how was he acting?
You tell me. You tell the people.
Why do I gotta tell you? What you asked me again? Because I want to answer that. What'd you say?
Yo, do we see you and Teo fight in the future?
Depending on what Shakur do with him.
Hey, losing to
What really stands out is how Keyshawn separates friendship from reality. He gives Shakur respect for being there during tough moments, but once the bell rings, all of that turns into analysis, not emotion. That's rare. No hype talk, no burying anyone's future, just that it depends on how you lose energy. And honestly, that's the most realistic take yet. This isn't legacy-ending territory for either man. It's legacy-shaping territory. We're not watching a breakdown. We're watching two timelines collide. And if you're expecting a one-sided story, Keyshawn basically told you to lower the volume and really pay attention.
Here's how bad he loses.
so you think it's going to be bad?
Let's say he loses a competitive fight. I think that would be the most common answer is Shakur outpoints him in a very competitive fight. Beats what then? What then for you and Teo? For the businessman, huh?
All right, cool. Since you worded it like that, I don't, because I won't go say that shit. I don't know, honestly. I don't know what the future holds. I just know what I want to do, and I want to go to 147 and become a champion. Because I just feel like them guys just can't beat me from 140 to 147. And I just feel like, you know, I'm a surprise the boxing world. I'm small. I just moved to 140. And I'm going to be fighting guys naturally bigger than me, and I'm going to be stopping them. I'm going to be knocking them out.
I remember.
And that's gonna be very
And right after Keyshawn gave us that calm, lived-in fighter perspective, the conversation naturally levels up when Teddy Atlas steps in. Because when Teddy speaks, it isn't noise, it's philosophy mixed with scars. I'm listening to him thinking, yeah, this is the grown-up table of the conversation. No hype chasing, no viral soundbite hunting, just respect for two fighters willing to dance when most would switch partners. I love how Teddy shuts down the lazy narrative immediately. You don't get to accuse Teofimo Lopez or Shakur Stevenson of ducking anyone anymore, because this fight kills that argument on contact.
Piggyback a little bit off of what you just said. I want to start by just giving them credit. You know, a lot of these guys avoid certain fights. They're not avoiding them right now. You got to give them credit. A lot of people took shots at Shakur, you know, and Teofimo at certain spots. He's avoiding this guy. He's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet spot.
The honesty about style is refreshing. This may not be fireworks every second, but it will be real boxing adjustments, space control, and timing. Teddy highlights Shakur's willingness to step inside, and that matters against Teofimo because you can't just live on the outside and expect peace. At the same time, Teo's power is the variable that can flip conversations mid-round. Athleticism versus explosiveness, talent versus talent. This is the type of matchup where one small decision can turn everything around. And for people who truly love the sport, that's exactly the point.
Showed you that he can fight inside, he can fight outside. He would have the advantage of power in this fight. You know one thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power. But Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is going to be interesting. I'll tell you, it's a lot to like about these two athletic, talented.
And right after Teddy Atlas gives you that professor with a blackboard breakdown, the energy shifts when Timothy Bradley Jr. jumps in, because Tim doesn't talk boxing like a spectator. He speaks like someone who's been in there listening to his own heartbeat. I'm hearing him and thinking, yeah, this isn't hype, this is a warning label. He's basically telling everyone, commentators included, that if you come into this fight lazy, you're going to miss the entire story. This isn't a rock'em sock'em fight. It's a chess match where every inch is earned and every mistake is costly. I love how he frames it. Fundamentals versus explosion. On one side, Shakur Stevenson, who treats defense like a locked door and only opens it when it benefits him. On the other, Teofimo Lopez, a fighter who doesn't need many invitations to turn calm into danger. Bradley's message is simple. If you don't understand nuance, timing, and setups, you'll call this fight boring and expose yourself in the process. This is boxing for people who actually watch boxing.
Everybody that's going to be calling this fight, because there's every offense that, or every type of any offense that's going to be landed, it's going to have to be earned or set up. Both these guys are intelligent, right? Teofimo Lopez, explosive as hell. He's smart as well. Shoot, you got to remember, this man was the first man to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, well before Haney. Yeah, So, look, check this out. And you already know Shakur Stevenson. You know what he bringing to the ring. Defense first. Yep, defense first. You ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna get mine when I get mine, and when I want to get mine.
And this is where Tim really hits his stride, because he shuts down that lazy Shakur can't punch talk without raising his voice. I'm nodding along, because facts. Power isn't just muscle. It's timing, placement, and catching someone mid-thought. That's grown man boxing. Bradley's examples aren't random either. He reminds you that explosiveness without discipline gets punished, and discipline without awareness eventually gets cracked open. If Teofimo rushes in reckless, he could find himself resetting quicker than planned. But if Shakur gets too comfortable and assumes control equals safety, that's when danger creeps in. What I respect most is how Tim frames this as a fight that rewards intelligence. No freebies, no coasting. Every offense has to be built, disguised, and earned. And for fans, that's the beauty of it. This isn't about who throws more punches. It's about who understands the moment better when it counts. If you're locked in, this fight will feel tense, layered, and fascinating. If you're not, you'll blink and miss why one small exchange just decided an entire round.
Y'all might perceive this fight as being boring and this and that. This gonna be one hell of a technical battle that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this battle. Oh yeah. Yeah, because what y'all gonna witness is, I'm gonna tell you right now what you're gonna witness. You're gonna witness fundamentals, great fundamentals, versus that explosive stuff. You know what I'm saying? That explosive stuff. So like, let me give you a prime example. Not to this degree, but Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones. Tarver had them fundamentals down. Roy didn't.
Here's my call, and I'm not hedging. I see this fight starting exactly how Shakur wants it to start. Clean lanes, controlled distance, Teofimo forced to earn every inch like rented space. Shakur Stevenson banks early rounds with precision and makes it feel like he's holding the remote. But this isn't a 12-round seminar. Somewhere in the middle rounds, Teofimo's timing syncs up. The reads sharpen, and those sudden bursts stop being guesses and start becoming statements. Teofimo Lopez isn't trying to win minutes. He's trying to steal moments, and moments matter when judges are human. I don't see a blowout. I don't see panic. I see tension. I see Shakur adjusting brilliantly, but I also see Teofimo forcing him to work harder than he wants to, especially late. My edge goes to Shakur by a tight decision, not because he dominates, but because his discipline survives the chaos just long enough. And if people walk away arguing, replaying rounds, and splitting scorecards, that's not controversy. That's proof this fight delivered what real boxing is supposed to look like.
Saying what happened. Now, yeah, look, if Teofimo Lopez, he get out of line and he want to run in there that fire and he get his behind caught, just like Norman Jr. got his behind caught, talking about, oh, he can't punch. Oh, he can find himself picking himself off of the canvas too. Yeah, talking about Shakur can't punch. I don't see many guys just running in there on Shakur. But anyways, look, y'all already know what it is. Precision, timing, right? Hitting the dude when he don't see something coming. That's
Now it's on you. Drop your take in the comments and don't hold back. Tell me how you see this fight playing out, who controls it, who cracks first, and why. I want real boxing opinions, not scoreboard watching, because this is the kind of matchup that deserves actual discussion. And if you're rocking with the breakdowns, the reactions, and the real fight talk, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Pulse. That support keeps this moving and lets us keep doing it the right way. We're locked in all the way to fight night, so stay tuned.